Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. A big thank you to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 22nd up until the 28th of October, and as I'm sure you can imagine at this time of year, there are a fair few horror games in this week's video. So which games are coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out. So the first game we'll cover for the week, out on the 26th, and the first of those horror games I mentioned, this is Insomnis. This is a first-person horror game with a focus on story, exploration and puzzle solving in order to advance through a terrifying atmosphere, according to the blurb. You play as Joe Castevet as he looks to discover all of the secrets within the mansion that he has just inherited. These first-person horror walking sims really have taken over the horror genre in the last few years it seems, so it will need to do something to stand out against an ever-growing crowd. We'll see how this one fares next week. It will sell for £13.49, although there is 15% off of that price up until the 30th of October. A big thank you to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video. We'll have a look at exactly what Hero Wars is in a moment, but first I want to tell you about their Halloween competition, as your help is needed to open a portal to the Dominion with a chance to win some great prizes as a result. As I mentioned, a portal to the Dominion must be opened, and energy for this is created every time Hero Wars is downloaded from this website. All you need to do is download the game through the QR code on screen or with the link in the description, finish the tutorial and create a free game account and get an in-game ID to take part in the sweepstakes. Doing so will help to reach the goal of 10,000 downloads needed to open that portal, and if achieved by the 31st of October, anyone who has installed the game through that link is in with a chance to win one of 160 Amazon digital gift cards ranging from $50 up to $500. So let's look at exactly what Hero Wars is now, and well, it's a fantasy online action RPG with a number of PvP modes. First of all though, the campaign mode, which consists of over 130 missions, and you'll be killing bosses and discovering and leveling up new heroes as you play. As well as this, you have arena mode where you can fight against other players, the airship where you will send your heroes on expeditions, the outland, which is a mode which will see you fighting free bosses to win new skins for your heroes, the tower where you can complete floors to earn coins, Grand Arena where you can battle against other teams, and finally you have the guild where you can summon powerful titans, explore the dungeons and participate in guild wars. Don't forget you only have until the 31st of October to enter the Halloween competition, help open that portal and be in with a chance to win yourself some prizes. To do so, click on the link in the description of this video to download Hero Wars, and we'll get that portal to the Dominion open together. Next is Oddworld Soulstorm, which released on other consoles last year and is a direct sequel to 2014's Oddworld New and Tasty. Going by what I read, this game was originally going to be a remake of 1998's Oddworld Abe's Exodus, but is instead more of a reimagining of that game's story inspired by the original tale. This is an action-adventure platformer with some RPG-like elements, allowing you to play as you like, either passively or aggressively. There is the Kwama system, which is a real-time feedback feature that reflects your actions, which will then in turn affect the outcome of the game, and there is about 15 hours worth of gameplay here on a first playthrough. It appears as if the game received relatively mixed reviews on release elsewhere, holding a Metacritic score anywhere from the high 60s to the low 80s depending on the platform you are looking at, but it will release on the 27th for those interested. Then we have Asterix and Obelix XXXL, the Ram from Hibernia. Now you'll have to excuse me, but there have been so many Asterix and Obelix games with the XXL games that I've lost track a little bit now, but I think I'm right in saying that this one is a new entry and not a remaster of an older game as they were. You'll be travelling around 6 worlds in this action adventure game, going from Gaul to Hibernia on a quest to capture the Golden Ram, defeating any Romans that get in your way in the process. There are combos and finishing moves, and the game can be played with up to 4 players in local co-op. A very high price point at £44.99, but it is another one out on the 27th for those who'd like to pick it up. Also this week we have Signalis, which describes itself as a classic survival horror experience set in a dystopian retro-tech future. You play as Elster, a technician replica or android searching for her lost partner and her lost dreams. The blurb promises true survival horror with scarce resources, puzzles to solve and mysterious locations as you explore the derelict spaceship that you suddenly find yourself on. As a big fan of traditional survival horror, the idea of a sci-fi setting with a horror theme has always intrigued me. We've had things like Dead Space of course, but one with that more traditional top-down perspective definitely has my interest. It will sell for £15.99 or your regional equivalent. Keeping that horror theme going is Saturnalia, again described as a survival horror game where you play as a cast of characters exploring an isolated village haunted by an ancient ritual. This is a third-person roguelite horror adventure where you play as 4 characters and it's set in an ancient village in Sardinia, Italy. You'll be using tools, managing your supply of matches and solving puzzles, and the village structure changes each time all of your characters die, but it does make a point of saying that you'll keep your narrative and puzzle progress between runs. I do think that's quite a nice blend of roguelite elements without becoming frustrating, at least in my opinion. I really do like the art style too, which according to the blurb was inspired by rotoscoping, and it will cost £19.99 when it releases on the 27th.
St. Lucy's Day, Saturnalia, the celebration of the winter solstice, the birth of a new sun, the death of the past. Feast and revelry abide in unrepentant chaos, masked abandon.
Then we have a big one with Bayonetta 3 releasing. This brings the over-the-top action back as the titular Umbra Witch faces a mysterious evil involving man-made bioweapons called homunculi. You'll be using the signature guns and time-slowing abilities as you fight your way through the streets of Tokyo, the mountains of China and other locales. I loved the other 2 Bayonetta games since playing the first on the Xbox 360 and then playing that again as well as the second one on the Wii U. Let's hope this one ups the action further still when it releases on the 28th, and it will cost £49.99 or your regional equivalent.
Not an angel or a demon, but not quite human either.
Then we have Yomawari Lost in the Dark, which is a new entry in the Yomawari series. A young girl must explore a haunted town to search for her missing memories in order to break a curse. If it's anything like the other 2 games in the series, then it will be a top-down horror adventure game where you'll be practically defenceless against the threats of the village as you solve puzzles and make progress. The first 2 are available on a double pack for the Switch, although the physical version is incredibly hard to find now, which makes my decision to put it back on a shelf at £19.99 a few years ago all the more galling. Safe to say I've already pre-ordered the special edition for this one. This will cost £35.99 and it's out on the 28th, plus there is a demo available if you want to try before you buy, and we did review the first couple of games that pack I mentioned. I'll put a link to that review in the top right hand corner. Following on from that is Live by the Sword Tactics. This is an old school tactics RPG with modern gameplay ideas according to the blurb, where characters do not level up and get stronger, and the emphasis instead is on the player to have to keep improving their strategy. There is a story mode as well as an adventure mode where you can build the world as you play. There's a tactician mode that places you in particular scenarios with unique win conditions, and there are online and local modes too. There are 7 unique classes to choose from in 5 versus 5 battles, and each class possesses an innate ability as well as a pool of 6 abilities to choose from. It's out on the 28th and it will cost £18.89 or your regional equivalent. The penultimate game for the week is Charon's Staircase. This tells a story of a totalitarian regime known as the Ministry who rule during the 70s, but years later when the regime ends, they want to join the European Union. You play as an agent sent by the Ministry to destroy evidence and classified files telling of your atrocities, but your journey leads you to a gruesome discovery called Project Alpha. That's as far as the blurb goes, and there's no trailer on the eShop, but it will cost £30.99, although there is 10% off of that price up until just before launch. And finally for the week we have Factorio. This is a game in which you build and maintain factories. You'll be mining resources, researching technologies, building infrastructure, automating production and fighting enemies. You'll start small by chopping down trees, but one day you'll be an industrial powerhouse, but progress won't sit well with your competitors, so you'll need to be prepared to defend your empire. There is a cooperative multiplayer, a free play mode and challenges to undertake, plus an in-game editor so that you can create your own maps. This will cost £26 and it will be out on the 28th. So there you have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Which of these games interest you? Do let me know in the comment section below. I've had my eye on Signalis now for a little while since I saw it on Play Asia's website. That might be one I pick up from there if it doesn't end up getting a physical release over here. Another big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Hero Wars. Please do check out their product, links in the top pinned comment and the description. It really does help the channel out, which is much appreciated. Don't forget, if you are looking for eShop credit to pick up any of these games, you can use our website, SwitchUp.gg. You can get your eShop cards from there, and you can save yourself 10% in the process by using the code SwitchUp. And talking of Play Asia, there is also a link down there to that site where you can get yourself 5% off of an order if you use the link and then use the code stated. A quick thank you to our patrons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.